Broncos looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that'll bring up second down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says.
1st and 10.
He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
2 yards on the
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. An even 90 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. He can run for it, and he will. 20! And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 16-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And the Broncos first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And now he'll tuck it in. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff as they run left side.
Number 26 is the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
48-yard line.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. They'll roll him out right. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Broncos nothing.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Tua now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
First, nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
The running back again.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
For the field goal, a 37-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Dolphins 10, Broncos 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Eli Apple. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Second and 15. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
The kick is good.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Intercepted by the Broncos.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. you got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
At the 44-yard line.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered.
It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
A gain of 47 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
6 yards. It's 2nd down and goal.
And he's got his tight end, Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Ready. 33. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
You can fold it, you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch you hate, watch him lurk, can't relate. Watch you skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above waters, in the murk.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Tua. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Lindsey, the ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 16-yard line.
Sliding out of the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Working with a 2nd and 3.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
Tua sets up to pass it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
8-yard loss.
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2.
And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Turn. Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9. We own them. We own them. Man, cycle.
Here's Tua. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And this one's high, but not very far.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 78 yards, and the Broncos have broken the tie.
Brandon McManus lining
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Michael Ojemudia. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
They'll take over first.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. And now here is another interception. picked off at the 45. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Third down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
It's 4th down.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Oh, That's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's brought down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Does the big boy have the juice? And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Broncos 33, Dolphins 16. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Jackson from the shotgun. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. McManus now for the extra point.